everyone. Welcome to class today. How are you guys?
Great.
Alright, so today we'll be talking about annotation, how we can annotate our text to find the deeper, hidden meanings within our text. How does that sound?
Sounds good.
Sounds good. Okay, so let me go through our agenda for today. How about we have Anissa read our agenda. What's number one?
What is an annotation?
Yes, we're just talking about what is an annotation. Jamila, number two.
How do we annotate?
Number three, Jamila.
Why do we annotate?
And four, Anissa.
Sample text.
Yes, we'll be going through a sample text. Okay, so first things first, give me a thumbs up if you're familiar with annotation or if you've at least heard about it. Thumbs down if you haven't. Okay, so I see one person has and another person hasn't. Okay, so take 15 seconds, talk to your partner. What is an annotation? How about with a small, quick definition? Go ahead, 15 seconds. All right, let's bring it back in 3, 2, 1. All right, Jamila, what did you learn since you had your thumbs down? What is an annotation?
I learned that annotation is when you take notes on something.
Okay, yeah, that's a great start to a definition. So, follow along on your note sheet. An annotation is a note added to a piece of text in order to comment or add an explanation. All right, when you're done writing that down, put your papers up so I can see that everyone has that definition written down, please. Okay? Superb, superb, great. So we've covered what is an annotation. Now we're going to go to how do we annotate, okay? So, in front of you on your worksheet, you have a piece of sample text, all right? And this is purely for us to draw out what are the different ways we can annotate, right? So, let's just say this is my sample text, okay? The first way you can annotate is by underlining. So, on your sample text, underline, please. First way you can annotate is by underlining. Underlining a piece of text. When everyone has underlined their sample text, please, thumbs up. Great. The next thing you can do is add notes in the margin of the text, which is right beside the text. Not on it, not under, but right beside it. So if this is your text, you can write notes in the margin. So what you've drawn an example of that, give me a thumbs up so I can know that everyone is ready. Great. And the last thing you can do is if you have sticky notes, you can take a sticky note, put it on the top of your page, reference the line or paragraph that you're working with, and write notes based upon a certain passage. So please draw a sample sticky note. And give me a thumbs up when you've done that. Awesome. So we just covered how do we annotate. The next thing is why do we annotate? What do we annotate for, okay? On your note sheet, there's a bulleted list, and I gave you 2 examples of what we can annotate for. Remember, we're annotating to find deeper meaning within a text. So Anissa, what does that first bullet point say?
Emotional impact on you or character.
So what is that? What are you annotating for there?
You're annotating for how something might make you feel or why a character might feel a certain way.
Okay, and what's the second thing on the bullet point?
Analyze imagery and word choice.
Okay, so Jamila, analyzing imagery and word choice. Why is annotation good for that? How can that help us delve deeper into the text?
When you analyze the word choice, you can see how the author chose specific words to give you certain feelings.
Exactly. Great job. So talk to your partner, talk amongst yourselves for about 20 seconds. I want you to come up with 3 or 4 more things you can annotate for and why they're important, and then I'll do a cold call. Okay? So take 20 seconds, talk to your partner. What other things can you annotate for, and why is that important? Let's bring it back in 3, 2, 1. Jamila, what's one thing you added to your note sheet about what you can annotate for?
I can annotate any words that I have difficulty understanding, just so I can give myself a definition to refer to.
And how will that help you?
It will help me because I'll understand the actual point of the sentence.
Yes, and it helps to create context around the phrase. Great. Anissa, what's one more thing you added to your note sheet?
I can annotate any questions that I might have as to why the author did something a certain way or for what's going on in the story in terms of like plot.
Absolutely. Question that you have for an author, question that you have for a character. We'll be going over more different other things you can annotate for as the lesson goes along. right? But next, I wanted to draw us to a sample text just to give us a little bit of practice on how we can annotate and what different things we can annotate for, okay? So we've been reading The House on Mango Street. How are you all liking the book? Good?
It's pretty good.
Awesome, right?
I like it.
Okay, so you guys remember this passage at the end of Boys and Girls? I'm going to read it. It says, "Someday I will have a best friend all my own, one who will understand my jokes without my having to explain them. Until then, I am a red balloon, a balloon tied to an anchor." There's a lot hidden here, would you say?
Mhm.
There's a lot that Esperanza is feeling, that we can kind of dig deeper to kind of unearth, right? So, let's do one annotation together, just to give us some practice. So as I'm reading, let's go to the first sentence. "Someday I will have a best friend all my own." Let's stop there. Jamila, what do you feel is going on in that very first sentence?
I get the feeling that the character is very lonely, and I guess they haven't had any true friends yet.
So this example of underlining that you write in the margins. Lonely. No true friends. Great, because it tells you something that is not directly stated in the text, but we can pull out of the text. Take 10 seconds, talk to each other about anything else you may have noticed. Actually, take 10 seconds, look at the passages on your own, and then I want you to come up one by one and annotate one more sentence or phrase within the sample text. Great, take 10 seconds, look at that sample text on your own, please. All right, so go ahead, go to the board and write your annotations. Let's see what you guys have come up with. This is great. So you guys use annotation to ask questions. As we move along in our annotations throughout the rest of the summer, I challenge you to move from asking questions to answering them. Why do you think perhaps that you use the color red?
I think the reason why I asked the question is because I would like to know more about what the color red symbolizes, and then that would give me an answer to the question as to why she chose the color red.
And Jamila, what do you think that symbolism of an anchor means?
I think she specifically wrote tied to an anchor to show how she's stuck in this state of loneliness.
Great. So that'd be a great add to your annotation. Why? And then answer your own question. That'll help you connect deeper with the text. All right, guys, let's move over here. I have a small cheer for all of us to remember as we think about annotations, and that'll help you through your homework and through the rest of our time in class. So who knows the song Concentration? 64, that game. Thumbs up if you know it. Okay, so this cheer goes along to that song. So, annotations, make connections. Wherever you see a line, that's where the break is to clap. Okay, so everyone, let's sing it together. Ready? So, annotations, make connections with our thoughts and with our questions. Take notes or circle phrases relating to theme,
Emotions, vocab,
imagery, characters, and me. Awesome. I hope this helps, guys, and I hope we have an awesome summer continuing to use annotation to further our understanding of our text. Great job. Great job.